Okay, so it seems like there's more of an update to this whole YouTube censorship issue and also just censorship on the internet in general, as a lot of VTubers have been speaking out against this, obviously including people like Lucy Pyre, Bao, and more people. We looked at this tweet a couple of days ago, essentially, of Lucy Pyre obviously speaking out against a lot of the new implementations that YouTube and many other social media sites are adding in to kind of censor a lot of what people are doing online and taking a lot of that information, which could be very easily exposed to the wrong people, which is one of the big issues that a lot of VTubers have with the current kind of situation over at YouTube, and them implementing some new censorship kind of rules where essentially you need to give your ID and personal information to them in a couple of days time. Now obviously this is going to be something that comes into effect, and they're going to be using AI kind of centered softwares that are going to be detecting whether you are underage and need to give your ID to verify that you're overage or not. Now obviously, there's a big problem with this because I think a lot of these companies have kind of jumped the gun here whenever it comes to implementing these kind of things. The AI just isn't good enough. As we know, AI is quickly advancing, but I wouldn't say it's at a point yet where they can 100%, kind of point out a lot of people accurately for having, or for being underage or whatever, which obviously is a big issue, as a lot of people are going to get falsely flagged just for the kind of videos that they watch over on YouTube, as a lot of it is based off of your watch history and what you've kind of been watching on the site. So again, if you're a big fan of some games, for example like Minecraft, things like that, which are commonly associated with kids, then obviously you might get flagged up. You might have to give your ID away, and the same goes for VTubers as well, as we actually came across a channel with the name VTubers, but is not really anything to do with VTubers at all. Again, they have some models which could be classed as VTubers, I guess, but again, at the end of the day, they were a kids channel, which is obviously something that could kind of flag up an issue with that, because again, a lot of VTubers could get falsely flagged through that channel alone, because it's such a large channel that obviously it could take that as the consensus of every VTuber, when that isn't the case at all. And this becomes even more of a big problem whenever you see how many other people are getting flagged already by other systems similar to this, including TikTok. Now obviously, this is supposed to be coming in next week or in a couple of days time. Now obviously this article was made on the 8th of August, so we're very, very close to this rolling out. But obviously TikTok actually rolled out their own age of verification thing, which I covered in my previous video, which obviously was a big issue for a lot of people. But here's where it gets even worse, and it could kind of spell what the future of YouTube will look like whenever they implement a similar system to what TikTok has kind of brought in. Obviously it's affecting many VTubers already, but now it affects even more with this one kind of article from Dexerto talking about a Roblox streamer called Creekcraft who almost had his TikTok account deleted after the AI mistakenly thought he was an under 13-year-old, which is crazy because obviously he then had to use his ID to verify that he was in fact 28 years old, which obviously is insane, because obviously you can see even with the kind of pictures in the background there, it includes his face. Now obviously he does look kind of young and a little bit, he looks like a Roblox YouTuber, let's just say that. But at the same time, I don't think he looks under 13, I'm going to be honest. So obviously, the AI has completely falsely flagged this, and I think mainly this is due to with the fact that obviously he makes content based off of Roblox, which is, a kid's game. And, I think it's crazy as well that, this account was going to be deleted. Now, I don't know if YouTube has similar rules in terms of what they do with accounts that haven't confirmed the identification. But again, obviously in TikTok's case, it says your account will be deleted on the 9th of September, giving them about a month to kind of delete or appeal it or whatever, else it would have been deleted. And obviously that's pretty crazy, especially if you're someone without ID. So again, obviously it's very, very hard for a lot of people to kind of prove that, and it just shows how inaccurate a lot of this AI stuff is. I don't really have a problem with people protecting, children on the internet and everything like that, because obviously it does need to be done. But at the same time, whenever they implement systems like this with dodgy AI, which can't, tell the difference between an adult and a child in the first place anyways, I mean, why are we even implementing something like this, which won't even work? I mean, it's been very, very, tested and stuff on places like TikTok, as we've seen, and it's already failing. And so what does that mean for YouTube whenever they also implement a system like this too? Well, obviously it's going to mean that we're going to see a lot of channels, a lot of users, and a lot of just people on YouTube in general being taken down or not being able to get into their account due to the fact of them asking for ID. And many people will obviously refuse to do that and obviously leave the platform altogether. And I think that's a big issue for a lot of VTubers in the space, as I said in a lot of my previous videos, as they value their anonymity online. And that is a big reason why they're very upset about that, because if you give your ID to one of these companies, then that goes to a private company over in the US or somewhere else where they have these big databases, which are easily targetable by hackers, because again, you know, they know exactly where to go to. And again, it's just a big issue, because if that gets leaked, then they get exposed, they get doxxed, and that is probably one of the worst things that can happen to you online as a VTuber, especially if you are anonymous and you don't share anything about your personal life. So again, obviously that is a big issue that a lot of people are having, and that's why people like Lucy Pyre, like Bao, are speaking about this as well. You know, we've got people like Milky as well in the comments, and it's getting a lot of attention from VTube. So again, if like a lot of people are concerned about this, because I know there are many bigger VTubers that are concerned about this. Obviously not saying that Lucy Pyre isn't big, she's still a huge VTuber, but you know, there's also other VTubers that I know are also concerned about this. Just make like a tweet, just make a YouTube video, just make something kind of calling this out, because obviously again, the more people that speak up about it, the more that, you know, people are aware. I mean, you know, this tweet alone for Lucy did absolutely crazily, you know, got 400,000 views. So again, a lot of people are very concerned about this issue, and the amount of support on the videos that I get on this kind of topic is absolutely insane. You know, I get more likes than any other video, because again, a lot of people are concerned about this. That's exactly the reason why. It's not, you know, because you know, they enjoy the video more, whatever, I've done something different with it. No, it's because people are genuinely concerned about what is going on over at YouTube and how the future of YouTube could turn out to be, especially with a lot of this censorship. And I think, you know, obviously that is a very valid concern for these people to have. And I think that the future of YouTube isn't looking too great if they plan on relying on a lot of these AI systems and essentially asking for a lot of people's kind of identification, which many people would not be willing to give. And yeah, again, more platforms like TikTok and places like this are also losing out as well, with them also asking for verification and stuff. So again, we're going to see some people obviously leaving the platform, especially VTubers leaving the platforms, because again, they can't handle you know, what's going on with verification. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of people out there who aren't going to be too bothered about this, but at the same time, I do think it is a pretty big issue for many kind of VTubers in the space who really want to, you know, keep themselves anonymous and don't really want their you know, personal information to be shown out there, because again, it is a really big privacy issue. But you know, that's pretty much essentially everything that's going on with the YouTube situation at the moment. I thought it was pretty interesting, especially with a lot of TikTok, you know, kind of implementing this stuff earlier and kind of giving us a look at what the future of YouTube looks like, and how, you know, innocent people, innocent YouTubers and VTubers and whoever will get kind of shut down due to the fact of this happening. And there could be many as well, including, you know, obviously if Creekcraft didn't see this in time, their account could have been completely deleted. And obviously there's going to be many people like that too, who have either gone on holiday, aren't around on their account, maybe they took a break or whatever, and they come back and their account's deleted due to the fact that they didn't check their ID. And obviously that could also be a big issue too, with a lot of accounts being deleted and missing from YouTube as a whole, which I think, yeah, obviously is going to be a big issue going forwards in the future. And hopefully, you know, they do have a different system over at YouTube. Again, this is just TikTok, but I feel like they've got a similar kind of system going on. At least that's what I think. But again, I hope that it doesn't turn out like that, but we'll have to wait and see. And as I said, you know, hopefully more VTubers speak out against this. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Go to GameSubs, use my code Kazakh, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, just a very crazy situation overall. And I hope that this does not happen to even more creators over on YouTube. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.